A comet is heading towards Earth, and the only thing stopping you from saving humanity is the 1%. We start off with hearing a loud-ass kettle. We are then introduced to a super-secret laboratory place with a big-ass machine. A redhead named Kate is listening to some music while doing some science stuff on a computer. Hell yeah, love me some science stuff. The machine begins to point itself to the sky, and we find out that the lab is actually a massive observatory, which is basically a giant telescope. We then get some sick shots of space, and Kate is looking kinda concerned at her findings. Uh-oh. She stares at a screen of a comet path and realizes something is terribly wrong. She then immediately celebrates her discovery with the homies. One of her homies is called Professor Mindy. Pfft. That's a woman's name. He starts doing some complex math problems and begins to calculate the distance between the comet and Earth. Suddenly, he discovers something that shocks the hell out of him. In panic, he erases some stuff off of his board. Oh, you wanted to know what it was? Too bad. He tells everyone to go home, except for Kate. She's special. We cut to some business people getting a call from Mindy and Kate, who immediately put them on hold. Kate then realizes that they are about to speak to a planetary defense person named Dr. Ogle. They answer, and the business people explain to Ogle there is a big-ass comet in space. Kate also tells him that the comet will hit Earth in 6 months. Uh-oh, that could kill everyone, I think. At this revelation, panic ensues. We cut to Mindy and Kate being escorted onto a plane where Mindy starts having an existential crisis. The plane lands and the two head off and arrive at the White House. They meet Ogle, who's the defense guy, and General Themes, who is a general. They sit down, and Kate asks Mindy if they are really going to tell the president the world will end in 6 months, and Mindy says,
Yeah. Oh gosh, oh god.
We then meet the president, who is a woman! We also meet Jonah Hill, who tells them to wait outside for 5 minutes. Bruh. We then see that the government people are rudely celebrating the president's birthday without them. Kate and Mindy continue to chill on the couch when Themes comes back, giving them some snacks, to which Mindy pays him for. After the birthday party, we see it's already late and Themes decides to just dip. Kate then goes and takes a water out of the fridge. She asks where she can pay for it and realizes that the snacks are free. Wait a minute, if it's free, then why did the general ask for money? Suddenly, Jonah Hill comes back saying they can't speak to the president for now. Kate is pissed off. They head off to a hotel and Kate is told by her pal Philip to turn on the news only to see the president was a nude model in the past. Philip then asks how he should write an article about it, to which Kate does not seem to care. We then see Kate and Mindy in the president's office, and Mindy informs her that a giant comet is hurtling towards Earth and it should hit Earth in 6 months, and if it hits, everyone dies. Other government people and the president don't believe that it will hit the Earth and thinks Mindy is a big ol' liar. The president asks how much this comet situation will cost her. Ogle says there are plans that they can use to change the comet's direction, but the president cares more about winning her midterm election than the comet. Bruh. She asks if they should just sit tight and assess. Mindy says this is a bad idea, but the president cuts her off by saying she just went up a few points in the polls. She celebrates with a cigarette. Mindy tells her to get serious, and Jonah gives Kate a fist bump after saying that everything they discussed is top secret and they shouldn't share it. Ogle immediately decides to leak the information to the press, which Mindy questions the legality of. We then cut to a phone ad and we see the CEO of the product Bash, who tries to sell a phone that reads your emotions. Bruh, that's just a mood ring with extra steps. One of the kids on stage with him wants to say something, but is told to shut up. We later see the CEO get a special piece of paper. When we cut to Mindy hanging out with some businessmen, they disclose all the discussed stuff in the president's office and try to plan how to tell the media that the world is gonna end. We later see Mindy and Kate outside with Philip, talking about a cool-ass talk show. Philip wants to know why she isn't reading his articles, and Kate tells him that the world is gonna end. Philip believes her and starts having a stroke. We go on to see Mindy and Kate talk their way onto the talk show, and while in the makeup room, they prepare for the show. We cut to Mindy's family ready to watch on TV, while Mindy is having a panic attack in the bathroom. We cut to the show, starting with everybody watching closely. While Mindy and Kate are waiting to go onto the show, one of the celebrities next to them are very interested in the comet they discovered. Mindy decides to ask her about her breakup, and she responds with,
Why don't you mind your own business, you old fuck?
classy. We then see the celebrity on the show tell her ex that she still wants him. We also see Mindy's family at home discovering their phone automatically bought the celebrity's new album without consent. After the celebrity's ex apologizes and proposes to her, we see Mindy getting ready to go on stage. Mindy sits down with the hosts, who think he's there to talk about aliens. Kate then begins to talk about the comet and reveals that it's going to hit and destroy Earth. The hosts try to make jokes about it, not really taking it seriously, and Kate calls them out on it. She yells at them and leaves. Mindy is confused and they end the show. The hostess asks Mindy out for drinks after. We later see Mindy and Kate find out that she became a meme online after the interview. Don't worry, Kate, memes die out within a few months. There are also tweets showing that people are thirsting over Mindy. The story itself did not go anywhere and got low ratings. One of the businessmen says that the comet doesn't have a 100% chance of hitting Earth according to the CEO of NASA. Mindy and Kate are pissed hearing this, claiming it to be lies. We also see Kate's friend Philip write a clickbait ad about her. Haha, Classic Philip. We later see Mindy at home reading articles on the internet roasting him. Mindy then gets called downstairs only to see the FBI in his house. We cut to Kate and Ogle being arrested by the FBI for leaking info about the comet. They take them to the White House where the president tells them that the comet is actually coming to Earth, and she apologizes to them. Kate realizes the president is only admitting the comet is here to win the midterm elections. Come on, Kate, you gotta respect the hustle. The president says she will make a statement, and then we see her hijack all the TVs and make an announcement about the comet. She says she will make a space strike to blow the shit out of the comet. She also wants to make a general named Benedict pilot the mission. Kate then admits that she will support the president for the mission. We then see an average day on Twitter as a compilation of tweets about the end of the world floods the screen, and we see Mindy on the host show again saying that people are working on destroying the comet. The hostess touches Mindy's leg for some reason and they proceed to commit adultery. We then see Mindy and the hostess in bed where she tells him about her past. And apparently she banged 2 former presidents. Mindy tells her that he has a Star Wars poster signed by Mark Hamill. Wow, way to one-up her. We cut to launch day and we see that the whole world is watching it. Mr. General Guy is in the ship and the president thanks him for his bravery. She then gives Mindy the honor of saying the countdown. The ship's launch and everyone is happy. The phone CEO guy from before calls the president aside and we hear the general guy saying some racy and homophobic stuff before being told to stop talking. Sorry man, can't let you get cancelled before you save the earth. Mindy then kisses the hostess lady. The president comes back to the room and says she has some important news. We then see the ships turn around and are coming back down to Earth. Mindy and Ogle have no idea what's going on. Jonah Hill then tells Mindy that he is now chief science advisor for the White House and has to attend the president's meeting. Not Kate though. Later on, the president informs a room full of people that the comet is special and has a lot of cool rocks in it. Mindy is really confused. We later see Kate, who is still locked in the room, just roasting the shit out of the general because he wanted money for snacks. Mindy interrupts by barging in and catches them up to speed. We then see the CEO guy saying that he wants to break the comet apart to mine it. The CEO thinks this will change and help the world. Mindy and Kate are mad about this. A waitress picks up on it and multiple people in the bar want to know what's going on. Kate tells them that the president wants to let the comet hit the planet so the rich can get richer. Riots ensue. We then see Kate bagged in the car for starting a riot. She is then driven away. Kate is told by the FBI that she is in trouble, but she won't be in trouble if she stops showing up in the media and stops dissing the CEO of Bash. She reluctantly agrees. Kate then goes home, but her parents won't let her in because they don't agree with her political opinion. We then see Mindy on TV promoting a hotline to answer comet-related questions. We later see Mindy with the hostess come home only to see his wife sitting there. She knows about the affair. His wife starts throwing medication at him. Hey, stop that, medicine is expensive. We cut back to Kate, who's working as a cashier and gets recognized by some teenagers for being on TV. They seem to love her.
Can I touch your hair in a non-sexual way?
They invite her to hang with them and leave. After that, we cut to an airport where we see the president and Mindy see a big-ass robot drill that they plan to use on the comet. Mindy questions how safe the drill explosions are, but the CEO guy brushes it off. He then gets mad that Mindy calls him a businessman. He reveals that he has been collecting data on him and he has bad opinions. The CEO then tells Mindy he will die alone and leaves. Power move. We cut to the teens from before and we see Kate hanging with them. After calling the government dumb, one of the teens kisses Kate and she decides to go YOLO it because the world will end. Cutting back to Mindy getting his makeup done, he gets back on the show with the hostess, who doesn't think there is actually a comet. Mindy starts feeling some pain after hearing that, mentally and physically. Before they try to cut off the show, he starts yelling at them for being witty and stating things in a comedic tone. Hey, stop that! Some of us need to make a living! Subscribe to Smirk. He tells them that there is a comet heading to Earth and that it isn't a good thing. He then states that the president is a big ol' stupid idiot. After yelling a lot, we see Mindy bagged in the FBI car. He then tells the hostess he never loved her. Shocker. We cut back to Kate with her new skater boyfriend still mad about having to pay for White House snacks. After that, we return to Mindy, who is taking a sad late night drive before coming back to Kate kissing her new BF, when suddenly they notice the comet in the sky, which is visible. Mindy notices it as well. He tells other pedestrians to look at the sky to see the comet and everyone proceeds to look up. Wait, that's the name of the movie! Kate calls Mindy, who alerts him of the comet, which he thinks is pretty. We then see Kate making a blog about the comet, proving to the world that the comet is real and not a hoax. We later see the president being booed at by the crowd for her decisions. We then see multiple movements and events protesting the president's decision to mine the comet. We abruptly cut to Ogle getting a call finding out that some other countries tried to deflect the comet themselves, but ended up blowing up as a result. After hearing this, Mindy lets out some steam. We cut to the CEO guy telling people to not look up at the comet, which is getting bigger and bigger in the sky. People realize that they are being lied to and start throwing stuff. We cut to Mindy and Kate driving on an empty road with Kate's new boyfriend chilling in the back. He asks Mindy if he can marry Kate. She accepts and we see the comet vibing in space. We see the president at NASA headquarters where she asks the CEO guy how she's gonna die and he says she's gonna get bored or something. This excites her. We go back to Mindy and the gang at the store, which seems raided, and we cut to Jonah Hill making an announcement to pray.
For stuff.
Nice. They start the countdown for the drills to launch and we cut back to Mindy and the gang arriving back home where he awkwardly talks to his wife. The rocket launches epically with some exploding in the process. Don't worry, that's meant to happen, I think. We then see Mindy's children who welcome Kate and her new BF inside. Mindy gives his wife roses and they bro hug. Suddenly, there is a montage of the family cooking an end-of-the-world dinner when our boy Ogle drops in for the party. We see the drills out in space approaching the comet. They attach, but some fall off. The CEO says we should be fine. Probably. Some drones start actually drilling and blowing up the comet. We go back to the lovely dinner with the main characters who talk about life. Back at NASA, we see multiple system malfunctions. As it turns out, the comet is built different and is still heading towards Earth. The CEO says everyone is fine and leaves to pee. The president also needs to pee and joins him. Jonah Hill is shook. Multiple NASA people leave to go be with their families. The president then calls Mindy, telling him about a special spaceship that he can board, which will take him to the nearest inhabitable planet. He can't take anyone with him though. Who needs friends anyways? However, being the alpha he is, he declines. The president then realizes she forgot Jonah Hill, who is still at NASA. We go back to the family talking about their past joys in life and what they were thankful for. Wait, is it already Thanksgiving? They then start praying and ask for God's forgiveness. The comet closes in on Earth as they end the prayer. The TV host makes one final show and we see everyone in the streets panicking while the hosts are getting wasted. We also see one redneck shooting at the meteor. Hell yeah, America. We then see the meteor enter Earth's atmosphere as it makes contact. While this happens, the family is at home eating and begins to feel everything beginning to shake. They know that their time is almost up. We see people all over the world try to scramble for protection and Mindy starts holding on to his son and then immediately lets go. As Ogle takes one last sip of coffee, the house collapses in super slow motion as the world ends. Finally, we see the aftermath of the Earth's destruction with debris flying everywhere in space, when suddenly we see the super secret spaceship with the president on it zooming through space. After some credits, we see the ship arrive at its destination, bringing down pods to the new planet. They land and wake the rich old people out of cryosleep. They all step out nude to their new home. Wonder what happened to their clothes. The CEO then starts boring us with science facts when the president finds an alien thingy which attacks and eats her. Finally, we see our boy Jonah Hill, who seemed to have survived the Earth's destruction, doing some vlogging. Speaking of the world ending, did you know that Will Smith's life almost got ended by himself in the film Gemini Man? Crazy, I know. Come take a look at it in this recap.